patches, which I used, and which were completely useless. I was fucking miserable. The patches don't give you enough nicotine. They don't give it you in a manner that satisfies a real addict's need for it. I mean, I smoke when I really want it. When I want it at certain moments, and I can go 4 hours without any, and then I want it at that certain moment again. All right, now patch doesn't do any of that, so it's completely unsatisfactory. From this person, from this addict's point of view, the patch was a big fucking waste of money. Fortunately, I didn't pay for it.
Well, here's what I say to the company. If you really believe that, let's put some trials out. All those other nicotine products, and we've discussed them on the air here, they've been well studied. Some are prescription only. The patch is not.
And you say all of them are a big fat fucking failure. And yeah, let's study the hell out of it. Fine, great. I'll be part of the study. I'll be willing to smoke this. You go ahead and get the FDA to pay for it, and I'll smoke it and smoke it and smoke it. Great idea. Let's study the motherfucking shit out of it.
Now prescription only, but this thing has not been studied for safety. And you know what? It may work too well. You may not be able to get off it. And nicotine can have long-term impact on lung cancer.
Oh, what a pile of shit. I mean, this is where this guy goes way over the fucking top. It can have a long-term impact on cancer. I mean, that's just a pile of shit. To talk about nicotine's effect on cancer is the same thing. You might as well talk about broccoli. Like I said, broccoli does cause cancer. So do asparagus. There's all kinds of vegetables that have carcinogens in them in the same amount as this e-cigarette. All right, you motherfucking cunt. So you're just being deceptive. This is just, I mean, what, can you call it anything else? You're just fucking lying. I mean, you're playing a game with the truth here that statistically you know quite well that a person walking the streets of New York City is in a lot more danger than somebody who's fucking ingesting fucking nicotine. You know that's a fact, Dr. Fathead.
Studies that have shown that it actually helps accelerating lung cancer. The company says, oh no, nicotine has nothing to do with lung cancer. That's not really been disproven.
We wish the company would come on.
Oh, well, it's kind of hard in the traditional sense to disprove it in the old days, because only people ingesting nicotine obviously were usually smoking it, okay? And there is really very little connection between lung cancer and people who chew tobacco. But unfortunately, there is some connection because some people who chew tobacco also smoke cigarettes. So it's really hard to have that perfect study to make any connections. But it seems quite obvious there's no connection between nicotine and lung cancer. It's just a fucking fairy tale. Let it go, fella. There's bigger concerns in this world.
Obviously debate this. What they say is that you're not inhaling with this e-cigarette the harmful chemicals or the tar in cigarettes.
You know, they're right about that, and that's why, again, I'll play both sides of this argument. I think that there's potential here, but it's got to be something the FDA looks into and studies. The tar is 90% of the problem, and the other carcinogens in cigarette smoke. They're right. If we could really use this product to
You know what? The FDA has lost all credibility on subjects like this because it seems quite clear, okay, that they were basically paid, and so it was suggested. It was they were whatever. I don't know how they hire and fire people, but it was made clear apparently to them that they were supposed to find something wrong with this because they played such games with their own fucking goddamn research. I mean, they study 18 of these little tips, and they find a chemical in one of them from one manufacturer. And then what do? They make a whole bunch of hysterical fucking panics over it. And what does it mean? It doesn't mean a goddamn thing. Obviously, you can manufacture these things without that fucking chemical in them. No problem whatsoever. So it can be made, even if they were all harmful right now. The obvious truth is they can be made safe because you don't need to be putting any crappy chemicals in these goddamn things. They can vaporize almost pure nicotine. You dumb ass.
Transition off of cigarettes. It would be great, but not sold by some street vendor where kids can get access to it. That's what I'm worried about.
All right, so here's some of the traditional versus the electronic as we put up on the screen here. We know that they're fire operated, the regular cigarettes battery operated. I guess the bottom line here is at the FDA. I mean, right? Doesn't it come down
because there's other countries where it's banned. Australia it's banned, Hong Kong it's banned. They're looking at it.
Yeah, right, and probably for the same exact reasons, because they got to control what the addicts can do so they can control the revenue they can create. It's about the fucking goddamn money. It's not about the people. It's not about health. It never was. It was always a big fucking lie.
very closely in Britain. We need to look at it very closely here. I think there's a future for this product, not sold over the counter.
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah, right. You're not going to sell that over the counter, but you'll sell cigarettes over the counter. Something, like I said, it's not too hard to take a pack of these things, and you open a little box, and you pull them out, and you chew them, and eat them, and die. Not too hard to fucking goddamn do, asshole. So how come these aren't behind the counter, and you gotta have a doctor's permission? And they were sold for centuries over the counter. I mean, you're just being an asshole, okay? Yeah, you're just part of another part of the industry. Who's paying you, asshole? I'm just curious. Who the fuck is paying this jackass? All right? Because why does he give a damn?
Not where anybody can get it. And again, there's another problem here. It may actually get young people to start smoking. I mean, you can.
Oh, I forgot about that. That's right. The drug companies make a fortune selling people these crappy, shitty patches. I wish I had one right here. And this chewing gum for 30 or 40 bucks for a fucking box. That's right. The drug companies making a fortune off that crap because they call it some kind of medication. Like it's some kind of therapy. It's a fucking pile of shit. This actually works. It cures all your little social whiny problems. That's why you're opening your fat mouth. It's because you're just owned by the drug companies, doctor.
Start with one of these things.
Right, because I'm sort of thinking like, hey, maybe it's healthy. That's sort of appealing.
Well, that's what they're trying to say, and I don't think it's healthy because I don't think nicotine's healthy. It's a transition product.
Last question for people.
Yeah, well, look, it'd be stupid for anybody to start getting addicted to something. Like I said, and really, with all that's known, I mean, even when I was a kid, though, we all, everybody heard the stories about nicotine, and we still got addicted to cigarettes, okay? But this, maybe it's going to be. You should, I guess the thing you shouldn't have done is start the news story by talking about it as a fad. It's not a fad. It's a replacement for a horrible human vice, a horrible method of satisfying addiction. And obviously addiction is bad, okay? We can all agree addiction's bad, okay? Fuckers.
People who are desperately trying to quit smoking out there, what do you recommend to them today?
Well, here's what I would say, Ali. I would say that it totally depends on the person. Some work well with Chantix. Cold turkey works best. Some need the nicotine products. Others use...
Yeah, cold turkey works best. Yes, most people who eventually quit smoking cold turkey. But how many people did cold turkey and, 4 days later smoking again? 4 months later smoking again. 2 years later they're smoking again. So that's the frailty of cold turkey. This might even be very good for those people. People who, let it go for a long period of time and then they have a fall down. If they pick this up, they might be able to cold turkey this easier than the real deal again.
Zyban, which is an antidepressant. So it really depends. When I prescribe, I look to see who it is and how they react.
Yeah, prescribe, exactly. Well, this shouldn't be in your prescription pocket. It should be left to us. We don't need you, fucking doctor. We really don't.
By the way, I want to say one last thing. You're definitely a better singer than he is a dancer.
That is quite...
Yeah, all three of you fucking goddamn assholes who shouldn't be on goddamn TV talking out of your goddamn stupid ignorant asses. Fucktards. Alright, so anyway. That's my e-cigarette video for the day. I don't do a whole channel. E-cigarettes. I mean, everybody says e-cigarette. Go to my website. e-cigarette.com. 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 It's just a million websites now. But it's good stuff. Yes, I fully support it, but no individual.